Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, P Farm, Thinking Right, out here in the lab, in the book. I got one of my students keep telling me, man, put the book down and just wing it. Tahuti, I love you, I respect you, but you might not want that, so I'm sticking to the book for now. I got a nice little lesson for you. It's all about what I just try to explain to you: discipline, self-discipline. There's a few things I can teach you about that, so that's the next lesson. I'm in that discipline rabbit hole right now, so bear with me. And come on, take the ride. You might learn something. Let's go. Rightisms, 25 rules to live by. Storytelling, story with a message. There's a message in my stories for life. I give life lessons. You tune in to receive it. I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. Let's do what we do. Right thinking mission, I'm on it, is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinking way of life through mental and spiritual discipline, practice daily, will help and guide you to attain your goal of reaching spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission is that all right thinkers know thyself. If you're a right thinker, your goal is to know thyself. You see where we're going with this? Let's get there together. So I asked the question, do you know you? You will when I'm through. Yeah, that's what I do. It's rhetorical, but if you don't have an answer, tune in. I got you. A person who knows not, and knows not that they know not, is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple, but you can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. Appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm your spiritual alarm clock, here to wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself. Hey, to my yacht, be true. We into the discipline of wisdom. And it starts with the first thing you're going to get if you're going to be disciplined. Learn to listen. You got two of these for a reason and one of these. Two of these for a reason, two of these for a reason, okay? And one of these. See where we're going with this? So certain things you need more of. Why? To get more in. You need to listen more than you talk. A lot of people do it the other way around. Moving on. But this is the lesson about listening to the teachings. That's how you gain wisdom. You don't just listen. You understand, you reflect, you meditate, and then you implement. Now it becomes your truth. Not because I said it, no, because you practice it. Now it's yours. Again, let's talk about this. Listening is to fill one's ears with what? Wisdom, knowledge. Calm down, I'm excited. But that's the purpose of teaching. When I'm speaking, I'm saying something that you should be listening and hearing. Why? It's meaning something. I'm just talking to talk. A lot of people do that. I'm not about that. I teach, I instruct, I inform. But if you listen intently, you will hear the message and you will get the point and you will be thankful. Why? That's what you listen for. If you're talking, I'm listening to hear what you have to say. And if what you said is of no relevance, is I don't discern it to be worth, I'm not going to waste my time listening. My choice. Moving on. Same with me. Some people don't want to hear what I have to say. Everybody want to tell me, teach me, but I can't tell them nothing. Really? Okay. That's why I talk to my right thinkers. That's why I'm here doing what I do on my platform, on my time. And only those who come here get it will understand and do it. Other than that, I don't mind. And again, I don't do this for the money. See how many people I could care less. My job is, if somebody's tuning in, I'm doing my job. If I can get somebody to help themselves, I'm doing my job. My pastor's favorite phrase is, I preach to one, if I preach to 1,000. I can attest to that. I was the one who was there when he preaching. I said, dude, you act like we got out. But that's what you do. Okay, that's what I do for you. It's all for you. I'm here doing my thing. I'm having fun with giving it to you. So I'm enjoying what I'm doing. I hope you enjoy receiving it. Let's rock. All right. What should the ears be filled with? I'm going to jump off script every now and then because I'm feeling the need to. I got to start getting used to what? Because I'm tired of writing all this stuff down. but that's my preparation. That's my grind personally. And I done read this thing for a few days. I need to get it out my system so I can move on. And if anybody understand that, that's where I'm at right now. I got to get out this discipline thing out while I'm in the rabbit hole. Woosah. All right. But what should the ear be filled? There you go. Now, what should or who should right thinkers listen to? Not just me. Anybody who's authentic, anybody who's real, anybody sincere to their cause and what they present, and listen to them. I do. I go to church every week to listen to my pastor. Why? I'm not going to read that book. I'm not going to spend no, I just get my lessons from him. That's my cheat sheet. How about that? And the best part about that is I implement what he teaches and I find it work. So, again, understand, you got the choice. I know right thinking. No problem. I go to church to learn about the biblical concept that y'all so in love with. But again, that ain't the lesson. Stick to the lesson. See, if I was winging it, man, every time I have a thought, I'm going that way. So I'd be all over the place and want nothing get condensed to a lesson. That's what I'm trying to say. I like to keep, to a lesson. If I'm winging it, it won't be a lesson. All right, but listen to somebody who know what they're talking about. That's the first thing. But your discernment should tell you that. If you listen to this guy back today, see me bow my head. Okay, because I knew what he was talking. I'm just saying, I knew if you listen to this guy, you going the wrong way. Again, that ego, having him in your corner, having him with you, that's where you want him. You don't want him in front of you. Why? He's going to take you the wrong way. This is, again, life lesson. I keep it real. And I'm trying to make a point. I use everything I could, like Bible say, by any means necessary to make my point. I'm not ragging on my own man, but I just keep it real. It is what it is. I can use him in a whole bunch of ways, and I do. I even use me. I ain't discriminating. If you part of the situation, I'm going to call you out too. Don't care. Why? It's real. Call me a liar. Oh, yeah, that's all. If what I'm saying about you ain't true, let me know. Moving on. That's my point. But, okay, back to the lesson. See, I can't do that. Why? I ain't got past the first phrase yet. I got past. What should the aspirant or right thinker listen to? I ain't got past that yet. I'm 7 minutes into the show. All right, let me get back to business. All right. And who or what should the aspirant listen to? I picked ancient Egyptian Commission concepts. I chose that. The Jews chose Yahweh as their God, and they roll with that. You go to the racetrack, you pick the horse that you think, studying what likes, and you pick him. If he win, place or show, you get paid. If the horse you pick don't win, you get nothing. Okay? With God, it's a 50-50 shot. You can get it right, or you can get it wrong. And the good thing about getting it wrong, if you get it wrong, you get another chance to do it again. Why? It didn't cost you nothing. God don't take your money up front. Moving on. He don't want your money. That's the devil. I love that. I don't want your money. I'm like that. I don't want your money. I want this. I want this. I want to get them together so you can find God for yourself. That's what I want for you. Why? I got it. I'm giving it to you how I got it. Moving on. The sages of Shitat Netta, in which I'm one of now, I'm in the club, enjoys that what? The Shimsu Netta. I'll call y'all right thinkers. A Shimsu Netta is somebody who follows philosophy. All follow the right thinker, y'all right thinkers. But Shimsus are Netari. I'm a Shimsu. I follow the Netarian philosophy. Okay. But you should listen and get the wisdom of the Netarian traditions from a qualified practitioner, sage, priest, priestess, male, female, don't make a difference. Okay, that's all you have to understand. And when you get a good one, all my teachers, as far as I'm concerned, was the best at what they taught me, what I learned from them. I didn't compare, but this one did. No, I ain't got time for that. But when you get something from somebody, you take it, put it in your pocket, and you move on. You got it. Okay, move on. These are the myths. Again, storyteller is a beautiful thing. Why? Because if you understand the story and get the part of the story, you can be enlightened. You can be inspired, motivated to what? To do you. It's a journey of life, and everybody has a story. These are the myths that relates to what God and goddesses, and that contain pretty much all the basic understandings of who they are. I break it down to you by the headdress. I explain to you about the gift, all that, and what they represent and how they relate to what? Human beings and the supreme being. The myth is what connects us to the divine, along with what? Your own daily meditation. Learning outside information is fine. Getting lessons is fine. But you have to take it here. You have to take it here. It don't happen outside. It happens inside. And I'm adamant about that, and I'm passionate. Why? Because if you misinterpret, you're going to go the wrong way. And swear you got something. Yeah, you might got a little bit of something, but it ain't going to get you nowhere. I'm adamant about that because you are your worst enemy when what? You do yourself wrong. When you get the wrong, I did it. I'm telling you, been there, done that. I ain't going that way. I didn't send my kids that way. Moving on. We got 6 main what we call Netarian traditions, which is practiced in 6 different places with 6 different philosophical concepts, but they all lead to one thing. What? Self-mastery, knowing thyself, aka Nihas. So no matter what you practice, Shita means the intricate study, okay, of something that's hidden. So you finding out the secrets, hence esoteric teaching. I'm giving you the hidden understanding of what everybody else see and don't understand. So let's go. Shita, Anu. Anu, remember the first place. And we practice tradition of Ra being God, right? Amen, Ra, Ptah. We're starting with Ra and Anu because that's sun. That was the first time there's something going on. Why? Let there be light. And they know that wasn't God. It's the Son of God. Not physically, metaphorically, philosophically, it's there. So we ain't got to play that game. Moving on. The misinterpretation. But Ra was God. The royal family was Asar, Aset, and Haru. That's the one I take. That's the one I study. That's what I master. Why? Because it's a story of life from start to finish. It's a beautiful story. It's a beautiful concept. And what? To master that, means you just mastered yourself. And I've been telling you that because all the books, it take you all, I done went around every Mulberry Bush they got just to get back to where my pastor been the whole time. That freaks me out. But it just lets me know that, yeah, dude, if it's 9 billion people, it's 9 billion ways to get to God. Everybody got to get there for themselves. Me and my mother-in-law talked. She said, you got to get it. I said, Mom, you saying that, and you keep not understanding how a lot of people don't get it. It ain't for everybody to get. They know that too. That's why they got reincarnation. Why? They keep coming back. They ain't going nowhere. Simple. Understand? If you like this, you'll be back. If you like that, you'll do what you need to do here. Why? So you don't have to come back. Party's over. Now we're going to eternity. They knew that time is in physical form. When we go to dreamland, we go to the next state, ain't no time, ain't nothing there. We physically control time in this level. So understand it, and you're doing spiritual knowledge, both of them don't have no time concept. The physical does. We're spiritual beings having a human experience for educational purposes to what? Know thyself. It comes back to the same thing. Mulberry Bush is big, but just get around it. Next one we call Shita Menifer. That's the Memphis theology and the teachings of Ptah. Ptah is my favorite. Why? He wears a skull cap and he uttered himself into existence. So we ain't got to worry about who created God, who's God's father, himself. So that kills all that speculation about who, what, when, and where. No, we work from there. Ptah, the physical concept of God in the flesh. That's us. The third phase. Amun, hidden. Ra, seen. Ptah, manifest. That's us. Again, and they use the concept Ptah, his wife Setmet, she represents the force, okay, life force. She got her own powers, and their offspring is a guy called Nefertim, the beautiful one. Why? That's perfection from Ptah. Setmet brings the beauty. Asar, Aset brings what? Aspiration. They all had their own particular concept to get you to the same place. Hope this makes sense to you. Third one, Shita Waset. That's what they taught about the teachers of Amun. That's the guy with the two tombstones on his head. He look like, but those is placed and it means something. But the idea, his wife, Moot, she represents the ultimate mother. And for every one of them, they have their own royal family concept. And it's all to do what? Get you to know yourself. Again, that's the tradition. Ra, Ptah, Amun. Then you got, we used to worship the female goddess. It's called Shetat Netrit. Netrit. And with Iraq, that's the female force of God's power. And it teaches about the goddess tradition. Mishkanat, Aset, my favorite, Mayat, Het Hadu. All of those are female aspect, the counterpart to the male aspect. They always kept it male and female. Why? Balance. That's what Mayat represents. The only single person is God. That's the one. Everything else is in pairs. Sound familiar? On the boat, get paired everything. He didn't say two males. He said a pair. So male and female is that. That's the concept. Moving on. I don't want to get to that nonsense. Okay, excuse me. Now you got Shita Asar, which is my favorite. This is the Asarian tradition. That's the resurrection of the son coming back and taking over and defeating his father's enemy, which is his father's ego. He lost out to his ego. His ego controlled him. His ego destroyed him. I'm not going to let that happen to me. That's the concept. That's the story. Perfect. And depending on how your life was, depending on what you went through, you can put yourself in that situation. They tell you the myth so you can enact the myth within yourself. Become the myth. That movie Crossroads freaks me out. Why? They couldn't have known I did that. But again, it's personal. But for anybody else, it's just a story. Oh, it hit home with me. What? Made a big difference. Symbolically. But metaphorically and realistically, it's stuff that happens in life that you don't want to explain. But it just happens. It is what it is. Live with it. I dealt with somebody who sold their soul. I helped them get it back. Give them a new lease. Bam! What'd he do? Excuse me. Yeah, what the hell do? That's why I helped the second go around. Moving on. Let it go. Sorry about that. Personal. Last one. Shetat Atum. Atum was a sage Akhenaten. They think that Moses was the first God, monotheism God. No, he wasn't. Akhenaten said that the sun was God, and he killed off all the other gods, aspects and concepts, but he was also a learned, educated sage. So he had his purpose and reason, and his philosophy is fine. It just didn't work for everybody. The population wasn't trying to do that. Those few who do, those few who follow me, anybody who's leading and doing the right thing ain't going to have a big following. Why? You're not commercial. Tell them, Bobby, no, you're not commercial. You good, but you ain't commercial. Why? Everybody ain't going to jump on my bandwagon. I don't want everybody on my bandwagon. Again, I know my man said, I don't want niggas on the corner with my right thinking hoodie on, selling drugs. That is, you can't tell me what to do. No, but I understand the concept. Moving on. Y'all got the Christ in Southern Corner. He got a cross on. Big shirt with Christ and God and selling drugs. Moving on. Those are things that I see and I recognize that I keep my eye on. And I learned a few things from that. That's life. I'm living it. I ain't protesting some book. No. Anything I've learned, I'm going to implement to see if it works. So that's just me. Last one, I just told you, Atum. He said that the sun was God and the sun rays nourished the earth, light. Yeah, we understood it. But that don't make it God, okay? It was put there by who we know to be God. That's the difference, okay? Understand it? That's the lesson about discipline. I got another one for you. We're coming up on the discipline of devotion and love. I just gave a lesson. God is love, okay? Love is God. If you love thy is God, then you love yourself. Why? You and thy are one. So symbolically, see, if you don't get the symbolism, you don't get the esoteric, and all my stuff is symbolism. Everything has a purpose, a hidden meaning, and if you understand it, you in the crew. If not, you on the outside. Don't care. Moving on. Let's cut right quick. Now, I told you, I just did the lesson, what they showed you, Usha, okay? Worship it, devotion. As a Mason, they touch the sound of a star. Still get killed over there. Every time I see that, I freaks out. It's called dua. That's the worship of the divine God. And it means worship and devotion. Worship don't mean jack if you ain't going to do what you need to do for God. All y'all people believe in God and living wild and foul. You think God don't see that? That's why I laugh about that. Why? Stop that. Don't profess to be something. That's all. Just don't profess. So like me claiming to be a right thinker and ain't living and doing a damn thing right. Makes no sense. It loses authenticity. So for y'all who claim in God, y'all make God look bad sometimes. But worship and devotion mean you putting in the work to what? To the divine, to show. That's devotion, doing what God wants you. And your devotional practices is serving the purpose of what? Purifying one's emotional impurities of the heart. And you're harnessing that power of what? Your emotions, especially that emotion we call love. But it's put towards the task of obtaining fulfillment of all one's desires and a piece of universal, unlimited love. If you love somebody because they look good, you love somebody because that ain't love. Okay? That lust, no, that we disguise it. But when it's done unconditionally, you give it to him first. Let's talk. Right this. So there are 3 special means to practice devotional to the divine. What are they? The myth. Know the story. Understand the story. Practice it. The ritual. That's what you're doing. Every week, y'all go to church, some week, Wednesday, prayer line, and that's all fine. But you're living it. And if you're doing that daily, what happened? The mystical experience. You will change. Why? Because the Kundalini serpent will recognize your good work and rise. That's the concept. And it's been from Egypt forever, but we look at it now, India, the Kundalini, I break it down that way, but we got our own. It's called serpent power. The Kundalini serpent is the same segment, the Ujat in the Egyptian concept. Watch this. You see the serpent everywhere. Let's go. We knew the power in the Christians. Yeah, we whiffed on that one. I keep letting you know. But now, okay, God. We didn't have the word God. It was Netter. Netter Mary means God is love. We knew that. Angels knew that. And Mary, the father, the mother of Jesus Christ was named what? Mary. That means love. Okay? The beloved one. Okay? We called our land Tamari. Come on, man. The Netterian philosophy holds that God is love. I just told you that. God created all things, and in those things infused herself. Right there. The female aspect of what? Being nice is always have to be there. That's the emotional part. That's the masculine emotion. Men, female, more caring. So you got to have that part in. You got to have some caring emotion. Okay. So God is what? The great he, she. Meaning male and female in one. Thus, all that human beings desire, though appearing to be separate and inanimate objects, things of the world, and or living beings, other people, are all what? Divine and beloved. Why? Because of the spirit that's in us. It don't discriminate. Okay? When this thing you're using, misunderstanding, ignorant, and egoistic, it's not going to get to God. Why? Ego means edging God out. So if you are egoistic, that means you have no respect, no spiritual concept of a higher power. You think it's all about you. That's why. And you know this kind of people? Remember, if you don't, check the mirror. Moving on. But you will know if that's you. So if ego, right there, if egoism, once it's left behind, once it's no longer in control, once it's no longer calling the shots, when you call it, it'll do just what you need it to do. But you don't want it to lead you. That's my point. And that's the whole part about controlling your emotions. Call on them when needed. Okay? Some situation, you need to be compassionate. Be compassionate. You got to show empathy. Show empathy. But if you don't have those qualities, you don't have that understanding, you can't show them. Sorry. But true love underlying all things can be discovered. Why? If all things that's in the universe are love, then God is loved most fully. When you love everybody equally, well, I don't like him, I don't like her. God don't do that. I just told you that. And when you can emulate God, that's being a true servant of God. All that talking don't mean a damn thing. God wants you to walk it. And watch this. That love opens the door to what? Spiritual enlightenment. Ding, 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 ding. I didn't get all my concepts until I got a pet. I hate pets. I couldn't care less. I had no love for no damn animal. I'm sorry about that, but that was over 10 years ago. When I came home and found a cat in my yard, a kitten, that I took in from the cold, 'cause it's raining, okay, raised it, nurtured it, trained it. After 5 years, man, that cat was inseparable. With the picture that's on my page, that's the cat. Okay, and I've been a changed dude ever since. Why? This opened up, and now, speaking from the heart, Makadu, third eye opens, you become knowledge of self. That's the goal. And because it allows what? One's ego and all the negative meditations to what? Subside. That means you're getting past it. Your ego don't control you. Your emotions don't get you up and down around all crazy. I'm trying to teach my students now. Learn to control you. Stop worrying about everybody else. You should start with you. Everything I'm telling you, everything I teach you, I do. And the higher senses now dawns in the heart. Again, the heart and mind got to become one. You can't get around that. I'm just waiting because I know I made this concept 10 years ago. Heart, mind, coherence. It's starting to come around. I'm hearing it. I'm seeing it, and I'm understanding why. I did that a long time ago. I'm just waiting for y'all to figure it out. Moving on. But the sense of what? Self-knowledge. You don't need to know about it, everything, and that's fine if you do, but not knowing yourself is all a waste of time. So I started with me, and now I have not personal self, I got universal peace, Hotep, supreme peace, and abiding in happiness. I just feel good. I be telling people I'm in a good place right now. I don't have no beef with nobody. I ain't got no rant. I still can't do that, okay, but I'm under control. Why? I'm just happy with my life situation. I'm doing me, so to speak. And in the meantime, I'm still giving you what I think you should get. All you gotta do is tune in and get it. But that haven't changed a bit. But my life is, I'm still living and enjoying the ride. That's what I'm trying to get you to understand. Once you find you can do just that. What? Enjoy the ride. Life is meant to be lived and have fun, not to be miserable and beat down. So without self-knowledge and gaining, aspiring to be a better self, life is gonna be just that, a beat down, and you ain't gonna be winning. Okay, imagine 6-7 guys just beat you down. That's how you beat to the game. You gotta take a beat down. But life shouldn't be a damn beat down. Let's go. I stopped that physical part in the Masonic order too. I didn't like the idea, take the advantage of somebody. I've been beat down before, didn't like it, and don't ascribe to it. So through self-disciplines, spiritual disciplines, we call Usha, the devotion of love, from love, and when it's done, corrected, understand, in earnest and in truth, now is realized. You realize you are one with your higher self. Once that happens, the light goes on. Now you're ready to do what? His bidding. If you're not a servant of God, you don't know God. If you did, you'd be compelled to what? Teach others. That's called the gospel, the good news. Why you got to tell? I know God. I remember 10 years ago, I couldn't say that. I'm in the lesson right there because I got more for you. I see the clock, so I'm trying to minimize. But when I started teaching, I go, time don't matter to me when I'm doing my thing. Hope you enjoyed the lesson. In closing, right thinkers. May you all live to be 100. Me 100 minus a day. So I never let my right thinkers who learn how to be disciplined within themselves have passed away. I'll be right back.